G'day, everyone, and good morning, good evening. All right, have we got hello, Angie, my darling. Kenny, look away. Hello. All right, we've got Sanette. Hello. How are you? And Ashley. Sitting here watching a Star Wars marathon. Nice. I watched Hey Atlanta. Rosalind, good morning. I watched Black Widow last night. You're going to have to excuse my nails as we go through this because I decided I needed to do them last night, but we had the lights off watching a movie, so I did them in the dark. So they're pretty dodgy, but they're better than what they were. They were pretty messy. Wendy, hello. Look, Wendy, I'm actually getting to it. It's so good to see you. Hope all is going well with you. Connie, Azra. All right, so what I'm going to be doing today is continuing. I need to finish off some whips, and this is a buddy color with Wendy, so I need to get my butt into gear. And I need to do some stuff. So I've done a video on the background and how I did that. And what I'm using is the beautiful Phoenixcolor pencils. So I have a video about them as well, but they're all in these individual boxes. They're just the most beautiful pencils around. I've got some out from the background. And I have designed a swatch chart that goes along with that. That's all fully translated and stuff, even down to what the pattern represents, because I need to know those things, basically. So that is what we are doing. So we're going to get in and start on the fish houses. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's going to be called We're Going to Wing It, and hope for some kind of something to eventuate at the end of this. So yeah, I suppose I should think about what I was doing, hey? But I didn't. All right. Let's go into the Gold Earth pack. So that's this one. And we're going to start over here. It's all right. So I haven't been in many lives this week. I think even my mum's gotten up me about how quiet I've been in the last couple of weeks. And I think it's because I go back to work, not next week, well, this week coming, but the week after. And I think part of me is like fully embracing the final parts of the solitude before I go off into going back to work. So I don't know. Who knows what I'm doing, but we're going to start off with yellow 4. No, that's yellow 5. Where's yellow 4? There's yellow 4. All right. I am lucky. I can read some of the kanji because Japanese kanji, a lot of it comes from the Chinese, so I can read a lot of it. So I've put a key on my swatch chart. And Atlanta, I just realized I've forgotten to send you the graphite one. I will get it to you. I apologize. It's been a week. Johanna, hello. Alex, hello. So I'm going to go in with yellow 4, which is Pastel Yellow. And I might zoom in a little bit. And move you on down. No, wrong way. It's been yep. See, I can't even think about what camera I'm doing, angles I'm doing, something like that. That looks something like that. Hey, that'll be all right. Oh, Alex, I literally bought these pencils because they were pretty. I made it into the first like minute of Renee's video about it. Didn't even care how they coloured or whatever. I just went and bought them. So yeah. So definitely, I'm not going to judge you in any way, shape, or form. Bought them just because they were pretty. So that is okay. Don't know what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the pencils are so pretty. Asra, there's a video on my, if you go back to probably 2 months ago, I've done a video on this background. So I have done a video on it. It's just a color along video, but yes, I definitely did do a video on it. And then I was going to get in and finish it and got sidetracked with like 5 million streamathons, and I'm like, I need to finish this page, otherwise Wendy's going to be like kicking my butt. So I was like, got to do that. All right, let's go in with, what do I want to go in with? Ooh, I like that red gold. So this is brown 6. Oh, it was ages ago. So don't feel bad. I've missed so many this week myself, so I've got like so many streams to catch up on and all of that. But yeah, been very quiet. If I have to leave quickly at before the end of this, is because my dad's bringing over a couch, and he said 9:30, but my dad is me, and most likely will be here earlier than what he says. Oh yeah. And and this week I should have the Black Widows all going well, the new set. So I've just got to, that's my chore after I finish this album that I'm working on. So probably tomorrow I'll sit down and I'm going to design a swatch chart. And then when we get the new set, I'll incorporate it into that so it's all ready to go. But very excited because there's a whole lot of reds. So next week I'm going to probably colour in the Woman of Tour with the Black Widows, I think, is my plan. I may change my idea, but that's the plan anyway. I know, I'm so excited for the dragons. So we'll see what happens. Because I said to Albert, I said, I'll just buy them off you. Don't put them through Amazon and whatever. I said, I just want them. I want them. Give an Aussie, throw an Aussie a bone. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's go in with what color do I want to use? Brown 8, dim red. Mona, hey Mona. Mona. There's 36, Alex. It'll bring the full set up to 180. G'day, J-Man. Yeah, so it'll bring the full set up to 180. There's a lot of reds, orange, yellows, and greens. And mostly mid-tones and a bit of the deeper shades, which makes sense because the Monarchs really rounded out the pastels. So, yeah, I'm just excited for reds. I said to Albert, I said, the reds. I said, there's never enough reds. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I took on a lot of feedback. And he goes, that was a comment from, a lot of people. It's just never enough reds. So, I was like, yeah. And now Ashley wants an alien one with purples. So, yeah, I can't decide what color to. I don't know. Oh, the neonies, nice, very nice, Ezra. Is there a price? I have no. They haven't. He hasn't even put them on the store. But I would imagine. I'd say about for the US probably around the $20-something mark. For us, probably up around the 25, 30. I'm trying to remember what the other sets were, but I actually can't. So I'm not too helpful. Sorry. I was like, I don't care what he's charging. He'll probably charge me $50 million, but I'm like, I want them. I need them in my life. Yes. Oh gosh. It's like just like talking. I haven't done much talking at all. Yeah, my mum rang me yesterday. She's like, you've been really cool thing. And I'm like, yeah, I've been like with everyone. And she's like, well, I'm your mother. Snap out of it. I'm like, sorry, Mum. Love you. She'll be here down this way next week. So I'll organise a trip down to the Big Smoke because they're flying down this time. And we'll drive down on probably a couple of weekends' time and see them. Maybe see my brother. Right now I don't want to. That's all right. Yeah. Oh, yes, isn't it? We're like, yeah. The about the Monarchs are about 40 Aussie dollars. Okay, so that's about what the Dragons will be then. Thanks, Angie. Yeah, no, I have all the others, so it's like full set syndrome. And then the fact that when he sent, I asked him earlier on, to send me some info and stuff, and he was like, "There's an evil red," and I went, "I'm buying it just because there's an evil red." All right, I'm going to go into the Way of the Sky and the Earth, which is basically the black kind of tones and things like that, neutral tones. And I'm going to go in for black 9, which is silk black. AED $48. Oh, gosh. Of course it is. I was close. It said 50 million. Feels like that. I forget how smooth Joanna's paper is. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Oh, excuse me. I'm like, I'm all over the shop. So what's everyone been doing? How was everyone's Halloween? For those that do stuff for Halloween, I certainly don't. But the Em ended up going out and doing a little bit of trick or treating, but they all decided to go to Macca's and stuff for dinner first, and all of that kind of stuff. And by the time they got around to trick or treating, most of the places were closed. And I went, "Oh, there you go. So that's what you get for being slack." All right, so I'm just going back with the colours I've been using now. There's no new colours. Della, hello. Even the dogs are napping. Nice. Ruthie, hello. Um, the what was, I don't know, words betrayed me. I got up early this morning for Evelyn's and she didn't stream, but I did see she'd uploaded a video with another method to transfer onto black paper, which is really good, using white transfer paper. So you'll have to check that out. And then I thought I'd catch the end of Renee's stream, but hers only went for a little bit too. So I'll have to go back and see why it was short and sweet. So I was like, oh, missed a whole lot this morning. So to the Australians, how good was it about Cleo? Oh my gosh. I got chills when I heard, and I was like, oh, I was like, that was just such a wonderful thing. Oh, it just cuts off. She might have had a power outage or something, or the internet died or something. I figured that might be the reason for it. Something might have kind of let her down. All right. I think I might do. No, I don't know. Don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Don't know what to do with myself. Oh yeah. Oh, it's just such a. It was such a beautiful just outcome, and I was so good. All right. I think I might do these bits. All right. So I'm still going to use the same colours. So going with that pastel yellow. But great detective work and great community work for noticing little changes to the abductor's behaviour and reporting on it. Love that. Small towns. It's great. I'm just going to colour it all. Why not? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it was so good to have such a positive outcome. That it wouldn't become like a whole other Lindy Chamberlain kind of thing, and and the unknowns. So, and those words, my name is Cleo. If I was the detective, the police officer, I would have been bawling my eyes out. I just would have been an absolute wreck. Yeah, oh, awesome, Ruthie. I'm glad that, yeah. Well, it's I'm so glad they found her. And I'm also glad that she's young enough that hopefully she won't remember any of it when she's older. Depends on whether people continue to make her relive the story, her events or not. But if it's done right, she may not remember any of the trauma, which is just fantastic. Yeah, I would have just been an absolute mess. And then I'm probably going to be going to prison myself because I may have gone and taken my own self-justice. I said to my dad when we were having coffee, I said that I follow the law and I'm generally a good person. I said, but if someone hurts my kids, I said, I would happily go to jail for murder and I'll be proud of it. And I said, hey, and then I get fed and clothes for free. So I think that'd be about the one only thing that would make me lose my thing. But then it was nice. I was discussing it at the dinner table. We were talking about it last night at the dinner table about, her being young enough that hopefully the trauma won't affect her too much. And hey, Louise. And it was, it was lovely for her. I heard her say, she goes, yeah, I hear my she's like at school. She goes, people are talking about the things that they've had to go through and all of that kind of stuff. And she's like, I have none. And I went, sweetheart, that's exactly what I wanted for your life, was for you to have a trauma-free childhood. That is, every parent's dream. And I said, touch wood, it continues that way for you. I'm very, very thankful for that, because my childhood wasn't the same as hers. Hey, Kathy. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, exciting news too. Angie's coming to visit at last. They'll be like, yeah, the girls will be fully vaxxed. I'm fully vaxxed. She's fully vaxxed. And she gets to come visit at last. It's like, ugh. So this is the, what did I end up going in with the second one? Brown 6, red gold. So you'll have to let me know whether you can see all of this well and stuff. Because remember, like I said, the color graphics card thingy or whatever it is on my computer that makes the screen clear is kind of shot. So everything's muted to me. So I can't really tell what you can or can't see. So you just have to love me. Yeah, we'll work out something too. But I'm just so excited. Like, it's awesome. And just before Christmas, so I'll have to get all of those Christmas presents organised. It's like she'll walk into my house. I kind of love Christmas, so she'll walk into my house and think she's walked into Santa's Wonderland. So hopefully she's not completely adverse to the Christmas. It's the one themed holiday I go a little bit spastic for. Like, give me all of the Christmases. And each year I'm like, why do I have to be a traditionalist and have to wait till December? It's like I went down to the shopping centre yesterday and the Christmas decorations are already up, and I'm like, why can't I put mine up? I want to put mine up. Oh, goody, you like Christmas. Yay! Yay! Christmas. I just like giving. I love like wrapping all the presents and getting it all pretty for everyone, and I just, yeah. And Emily's so excited because she's like, this will be the first year I can go buy my own Christmas presents for people. Nice. Blow up Santa. I don't do blow ups. That's the one thing I'm like, no. I like a subtle Christmas. Each year I'm like, oh, I'm going to put the Christmas lights out because I have like boxes of Christmas lights, and then it's hot and I go, I don't want to. So we'll see whether I get excited enough to do it this year. But I live down a lane, so no one's going to see my lights anyway. When I lived on a more of a main road, I certainly did. But I lived down this little tiny lane. But we'll see. We will see how it feels. Got to go clean up the art studio again. Sadly, the landlord has to sell the house, and I'm not in a position to buy it at the moment, so it's going to have to go on the market. So I just need to tidy up a little bit so that it's a little bit more presentable. Not that it's only just tidying. I got back from IKEA and Costco and just threw it all in the area downstairs and went, yeah, I'll get to it one day. And Why did I just look how tiny these details are? It's like, effort. I'm not telling you when he lists it. You're not buying the bloody house. He's coming around today. I just want him to extend because because it's a private rental out. The lease actually ran out, like the set in stone lease ran out, like beginning of the year. That's like whatever. Didn't worry about it, but I've said to him, can you at least just sign another 6-month lease so that don't have to move out. Like they don't buy the house and then kick me out. Sometimes the details, it's like, ugh. And I got big man hands. It's like so much effort. Have you discovered it's like effort? That's my whole motto. Angie will send me thing. Have you done this? Nah, effort. Maybe 1 point. And, it depends on whether I'm working that day. I don't think I am. I think it's during the school holidays, so it will depend. I'd imagine more that she wants to just spend some time with her brother first, and then let her have a couple of days rest, catch up with brother, and then I might go pick her up. I don't know. We'll organise that as it gets closer. What she wants to do. It's only to pick her up from her brother's is only a hour and a half drive, so it's not a big chore. Oh. Well, I got no say in it, Angie. So, but the insurance will be a kicker because I'm on a flood zone. So that'll put a lot of buyers off. Mind you, my house is never flooded because I'm right on the top of the bank. It's come right up to the top part of my bank, but the house itself is never flooded. Mind you, part of me is kind of how wicked it'd be to look out and just see the river literally out my window. That would be strangely bizarre. The noise would be incredibly. It'd just be weird. The only thing that would flood is my chooks. That's all right. I just bring them up, put them in the top section of the yard. They will be fine. Because I don't think they're ducks. They are chooks. All right, now going back in with the third colour, which was, what was it? Brown 8, dim red. Oh. Louise, did you get the papers? I always freak out that my mail doesn't get delivered because things have been lost in different parts of every time I send a parcel, I'm like, is it even going to make it? Well, hopefully, Louise, hopefully they do buy it as an investment. That's the hope. But I do want to own my own home, so basically it's just been a reminder I need to save for a house deposit. I was nearly on ready for that, but then when I went on leave from work, because my income got reduced on the insurance, I just tapped into everything I had saved. Oh, awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, that's good. You got it. Excellent. I hope you like some they pretty papers. I've made another album if you want to see it, and the deal was with myself because I desperately wanted some papers, but they were Stampera papers, which are crazily expensive here in Australia. And I'm like, I'm not going to buy those papers to make the album of my dreams unless I make a trial one. So I made a trial one, and I've already figured out things I'm going to change and make it even fancier. I'm going to come up with some. I'm using my math skills and coming up with some, and my construction skills. I'm going to come up with, 2-day drive, nothing around it. What is 2-day drive? Yeah, I like driving. But it's up. It's whether you want to see what I did. I even did some colouring for it. Shock horror. I sat there and did some colouring with pretty gel pens and Copics to add to it. No, Jamie. I live in a small city. Everything is 5 minutes away. So it's like, yeah, whatever. And because I come from a larger city when I moved down here, people will be like, oh, I've got to go to because there's basically, our twin city kind of about 20 minutes drive from us, like we're a joint council and things like that. And people complain about driving there, and it's like 25-minute drive. And I'm like, I used to have to drive that just to like get in somewhere. I'm like, 25 minutes. What are you complaining about? But yeah, everything here is 5 minutes away. Even my dad, who lives out of town, is only 20 minutes away. It's funny how some people get with that whole thing. Oh, like I'll stay in the town. Oh, I'm not worried about that. There's heaps around. Even if I did decide to move to the city over, like I said, it's only a 20-minute commute, 25-minute commute into here for work, which a lot of people do anyway. But it's nothing too strange. You've never driven, never will. I love driving. It used to be my job being a security officer and stuff like that. I used to drive around all night long. It was great. Drive all night long. 12-hour shift just driving around. Sometimes even longer. But growing up, like I grew up in the bush, you just needed a license to be able to get places. I never understood people that didn't have one. I'm just like, I want to be able to get places, because public transport in Australia isn't the best unless you're in like the bigger cities. So I'm like, you just need it. You really don't want to. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, if if you're in a place where like it's the ease of access to move around and stuff doesn't require you driving, then awesome. Just, it would have been a huge restriction. I mean, like, even when I left and went to university, which is an hour and a half's drive away, I wanted to be able to go home and see my mum and stuff on the weekends and things. I lasted for a year, and then I said to my mum, "You need to come live with me, move down." So she did. It was the best thing she ever did. She met her future husband and made a big difference to her life too. Now I'm just trying to convince them to move down here, move down to this region, so I don't have a 14-and-a-half-hour drive to see them. Only a couple-hour drive. I'm like, couple-hour drive's easy. Yeah. Well, that's kind of it here too, Mona. Yeah, that's it, Atlanta. Especially like big studios. Like, if you lived in like, New York, Tokyo, all of those kind of places, driving's just a pain in the butt. Public transport will get you places quicker. All right, now this, what was it? What did I use? Black 9, Silk Black. Yeah, that's it. I wanted it, like, when I got my learners and my license, I wanted it just so I could leave school and go home for lunches. More than anything. I was like, yep, I can go now. Go home, make myself a snack, zone out, decide whether I wanted to go back to school. But I grew up in a small town, so it was only a couple of minutes drive to and from. Casper scared the dogs, eh? Hey, good morning, Casper. I kicked him outside this morning. I'm like, I don't want to deal with you today. So he's outside, so he'll be barking at butterflies. Nice. Oh yeah, San Francisco, man, going up and down those hills. No thanks. I'm bad enough going out to my dad's where there's one like dip in the road where I may speed up and cause the belly flops for the kids. San Francisco, I'd be like doing car leaps over like in the movies. It'd be like, oh, sorry, just hit the camera. Over the hills. Be like, flying, flying. And then when I, bugger the diff and blow the shockies, I'll be like, yeah, that's my own fault. Yeah. Nice. Oh, 45-minute ride to your school. Ew. Yeah, it took me. It took me 10 minutes to walk home from my primary school and about 15, 20 minutes from my high school. But yeah, it certainly wasn't long. But again, effort. It's no good when you want to go in for lunch. It takes too long. When you can drive, it's like, yeah, going home for lunch. It's like I can use a microwave. Oh, Casper, shut up. Oh my gosh, I need a magnifying glass. Ugh. Look. Oh, but look up at chat and said, I'm like, I need to see all of these little things. So I've come in really close. Otherwise, I'll scribble everywhere. All right. Effort. Nah, sometimes. No, he doesn't listen to me. Obviously, whatever he was barking at had moved on. Idiot. Idiot dog. Birds are actually quite quiet this morning too. They're not as chatty as they normally are. Mind you, we haven't had any rain. He's breathing your daughter. Oh, funny. It's like Emily went to a birthday party last night, and I was like, go have fun. I don't want to know what you got up to and what happened unless you need to call me because you need me. But I don't want to know. And she's like, okay. I'm like, good. Because they tell me everything. And I'm like, sometimes I don't want to know. I know what a 17-year-old's going to go do at a party, but I don't need to know that. There's some things you've got to learn to keep from, you know. You guys don't need to know it all. All right. Yeah, birds chime in. Yeah, they're like, oh, you've shut up now, so I can speak. I want black 2. Is that black 1 or black 2? Where are you? Maybe I have you over here. There we go. Black 2. Which is basically a dark grey. Which I'm going to have to sharpen. Sharpening these pencils, man. It hurts. A little part of me screams each time. It's like, That's funny. Yeah. It's like I just sometimes I don't need to know it all. I was a teenager once. I know what you get up to, but part of being a teenager is, you know, not telling your parents everything you get up to. Gosh, my parents only knew some things I did. Oh. I don't need to know it all. I'm pretty lucky, actually. What she gets up to at her age is a whole lot less than what I used to get up to. So I'm like, I'm pretty happy. Oh yeah, yeah. I do the same thing. I just close the door, or I'll go in and go. I don't need to hear this, and shut her door. Someone's obviously walking past with a dog. You can always tell when there's a dog. His bark gets different. Oh, zoned out. I'm way too much of a goody two shoes. I was a good kid. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I wasn't the worst. But I still did some things. But I was within acceptable boundaries and reasons, and you know, that kind of stuff. Um, but, but yeah, I was generally a good. So I'm just coming along using that what you call it, dark grey now to add the drop shadows. Before I go back over it with the other colours again. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. Headphones would work. Oh, Louise, that's funny. That was like me the other day. The 2-year-old that's here, he likes Baby Shark, and I thought I'd gotten past needing to hear that. But the other day, here I am going around the house singing Baby Shark and doing the actions. I'm just like, yay. All right, then come back in with the red gold. Now I've got it in my head. Oh, stop. I shouldn't have even said the word. So annoying how catchy that song is. Oh, he's getting in trouble downstairs. Ah, Peppa Pig, yeah. Yeah, that song too. Oh, yeah, I used to know that one too. And then they grow up and you're like, yeah, I don't have to listen to those things again. And then there's grandchildren. You're like, ugh, got to go through it all over again. No, I don't want to. Oh, yes, get the Wiggles. Yeah, I was lucky. She was liked the Wiggles, but she wasn't obsessed with the Wiggles. It was more Peppa Pig, In the Night Garden, and Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom. They were her ones that she loved. And what's the Dora? But it was good because I told her that I didn't like Dora, but I liked Swiper. So only time I had to be interested in Dora was when Swiper come on, which he only comes on like once, twice an episode. So it was like, yeah, I got that figured. Oh, the kid just sounds like an elephant. Oh, that's funny. No, he's lovely. He's a good kid, good nugget. He's very well behaved 2-year-old. Even though the mum sometimes sits there and thinks that he's not. I'm like, yeah, no, he's a good kid. You're doing okay. And he ate all of the dinner I cooked for him last night, which was good. I was like, I'm proud of you. Oh. Wait, yeah, when you focus and concentrate, yeah. I just shut my door. But I have the ability to do that. But I live in a house full of introverts, so it doesn't get loud here very often. Occasionally, Em will put some music on if she wants to just kind of, be an angsty teenager as such. But other than that, it's we got a quiet household. It's sometimes I wonder, it's like, do I even have kids in this house? Like you go to other people's places and their kids, and I'm like, man, I got a good house full of introverts. It's fantastic. We all just retreat to our own rooms, commune for dinner, catch up, and then disappear. It's like, yep. Ah, that's the difference. Yeah, that's fair enough. No, we're all introverts. We're all introverted here. So the question is, do I do all the houses in the same color or do different colors? Or do I do like the bases all the same and different roofs? I don't know. Or do I just throw my beautiful pencils around? Like, right. Let's put these back in their spots because I don't want them to get lost. That would make me sad. Too pretty to get, like, you know, not put back in their spots. All right. But I'm still going to hang out in. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to Red Book. Go to Red Book too. Oh. Going to start off with, if I can find it. There you go, Concubine Red. So Red 6. Base the same, different roof, yeah. I know, Alex. It's like, it's like, ooh. So pretty. So pretty. I just like looking at. I feel like I need like mini pencils for this book. Maybe mini hands. Details. I want to get the Starjoy Gold too. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, let's go for Red 2, which is Scarlet, and it's actually a real Scarlet, not what some people decide that they think Scarlet is. Yeah, no, I don't want the postcards. She'll be right. Wendy was trying to convince me to do the poster pull out, and I'm like, no. Double page is enough. It's like, no. For this, no, that's the Marcos that I think you're talking about, the artist edition. I don't know. I'm probably lost. I don't care if they got bad reviews. These are just the prettiest pencils in the world, and they're working fine. They feel like a they're definitely an oil-based pencil. Which is never fun for me because I like to smush. I like to smush it, baby. I like to smush it. Can't smush oils as well. I can smush to an extent, but not as easily as the waxies. Oh right, okay, look. Yeah, I like Lost Ocean, but it would probably be the most detailed one, like lots of little fiddly things. I actually don't have World of Flowers. Like, probably should do something about that at some point. But shock horror, it's going to kill people. I don't have the same need for full set with books as I do with pencils. I'm quite happy with I don't need them all because I'm never going to colour in them all. So I'm kind of like, it's like I walked away from Kirby's book the other day in store, the Kaleidamorphia, because I'm like, I don't need it. I have the majority of those other images in different books, and I'm like, I don't need it just to have another Kirby book. So, sorry, this is Red 10 Crimson. Again, the right crimson, just the right amount of blue. So they've got their color name matches done well here. Like when I get a pink crimson, I want to cry. When I get an orange scarlet, I want to cry. I don't care about it going into the spine. It's just a colouring book. So whatever. No, I'm definitely not sucking on a straw. I think I just had a drink. So you might have heard me do that. I don't like straws. I think I did just take a drink. I can't remember. But yeah, sounds good. Or you just might be hallucinating. I don't know. Are you really here? Mm. You hadn't figured I'm quite picky about my reds. Yeah, I know. And it's like, yeah. I've got Fragile World. I must admit, like, the Fragile World's lovely, but I prefer Kirby's more like fanciful things than his than the realism. I don't know. I think I've done a few in Fragile World, but I find I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, I think he slid something on the desk. Probably. He knows what I did. Oh my gosh. an hour in and I haven't even done a house. This is the details, man. Details kill me. But I love it too. I love detailed pages. So while I'm complaining about it, I actually really love detailed pages. Kirby's, the details. They get me excited. All right. And then last in with that concubine red. I've got a buddy colour in one of Mario Boutique's free pages she released, and I'm like, got to do that. But that one I think I'm going to do with kids markers and see how I go. See what I can produce this with it. This is good. I have had these background colours in my pencil holder for 2 months, and I'm like, now I'm actually going to go use it. Yeah, so yeah, Ashley, yeah, and that's like I'm like, yeah, all right. Don't know what this one was. Let's have a look. It's 4 something. Which 4? I'd say blue green 4. What's this one? Do I need to sharpen? So we'll do the little windows, and then we'll have a break, and I'll show you my new latest album if you want to see that. All right, we're going to go to, this will be blue 11, which is indigo. Oh, thanks, Jamie. You're sweet. You just being here is enough for me. Keeping me company. Should check my phone to see Dad hasn't messaged me that he's coming early. No, not yet. That's good. They are really nice, Angie, but you don't need to buy them, okay? They're very nice. And that black, which was black 2. Oh, Ashley. Actually, I really enjoyed doing the background. So it's all done with these pencils. But I used the powder blender, and it worked a treat. I think I sharpened one pencil once to do the entire background. That's how much it spread the pigment. It was awesome, which made me feel good because I was like, oh, here I am with these pretty pencils and I'm going to do a background in them. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to sharpen them away. But I didn't have to, which was excellent. All right, and then I want to go in with black one, jet black. Gonna get some jet black into it. Did I say powder blender? Oh, did you obviously never watch the background thing? Hold on, I'll show you. It's a artist thing. Where'd my other Tombow go? Oh, there it is. So it's a colored pencil powder blender, and it's basically, it feels like cornstarch. It's like really gritty but smooth, and it basically kind of makes your page into like a I don't know, I reckon it like works like sandpaper. Like it just increases the friction as your pencil runs across it and pulls out more pigment. And go back and watch the background video. Angie might find it and link it, because you don't need the powder blender in any way, shape, or form. You could probably get away with using cornstarch, to be honest. Give it a go. But it was like, it made doing this background so much easier. But if you want, I'll pull it out and I'll use it. I'll do one of the bases of the houses over here and I'll show you again. It's no good in small detailed areas, but in the bigger areas, I reckon it would be okay. Oh, so I want that colour? Yeah, I must have. I don't know. They're the colours I pulled out, so I guess that's what I'm using. I keep forgetting those little portholes. Rude. All right. I'm not going to do the Levy things until I do the seaweed and stuff. Hey, Stacey, how's it going? You usually lurk? All right, I will use a powder blender down on this one, and I'll show you when we get to that. But I'm going to take a brief intermission. One, because I'll have to get the brush out for that. And two, I have to go remember what colours I used 2 seconds ago for the this one. What was it? Pastel Yellow. What was that one? No. That one? Yeah, that one. Dim red. Then red gold. And silk black. Okay. I'll show you my album. All right. Oh, that wasn't me dropping things. It was me not at all dropping things off my shelf. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. Oh, I didn't drop things. Okay. Yeah, it was a little bit. It was a bit thing. All right. So here's my album. So this is a Japanese themed one. No big surprise. And the paper I've bought that I was shouting myself after I'd done this was Japanese themed. For those that aren't aware, I teach Japanese. I love Japanese culture. No, I'm okay. I just dropped rulers and stuff off the shelf. It was just like things dropping off the shelf. So this is I scanned in some of the images that I've colored. So this was one of the Ikuko images, and just scaled it down. So this is like a little thingy jiggy. No, it was just metal rulers. It's so good. And then, all right, let's start looking. So this is page 1. Opens up. So this is just colored that. It's already beautiful. You're funny. Yeah. So this was actually just going through and shopping. Like I've got things in here from when I went to Japan when I was 16, like some papers and things. So it was just shopping with stuff I already had, because I'm like, Tammy, you have so much Japanese stuff. Why you be going buying pretty paper? But I did buy pretty paper anyway. So then this one's a little pocket. And then this is a little tuck spot that you can put stuff under. Hold on. Get a little piece of cardboard so I can show you that. So like you can put things in up underneath it and stuff. And then that folds out. Time for me to have an Etsy store. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So then little pocket back here, because I need to sell these, because they cost me a fortune, and the time that goes into them is there. And then another little tuck spot here. So all of these little embellishments I coloured. Then this one opens out. Another little tuck spot there. Some pockets that go back here. And then I made this paper. Love how this turned out. Love it. And then we've got some pockety things there, and another little slippy thing. Words. And then this one over here. So coffee dyed. So this book smells a lot like coffee. So I coffee dyed a lot of some papers because they were too bright, and I didn't want it to be like overpoweringly bright. So I coffee stained them and added some ink and things. So this opens up. And then we've got that. Another couple little pockets there. Little tuck spot there. Bonsai. Coloured that too. Fussy cutting that out. Oh my gosh. Anyway. This, I love this one. Okay. All right. So I'll do one side. All right. You ready? Okay. There we go. My Kirby Dragon, man. That'd still be one of my proudest colorings. I love how that turned out. This one. Like that. And these envelopes were from when I was in Japan, when I was 16. And they got like little journal things in it and stuff like that. But it's pocket, little slip spot. And then this one here. A lot of like photo booth, wallet size photos. And there, that's another little tuck spot. And then this is the back one. So it's just like a little tuck spot there. There. Little pocket there. And tuck spot there. And then this will open up there. And all of the pockets have like all of the pages have got like little pockets that you can put things into. So lots of places to store bits and pieces, like papers and stuff like that. Yeah, so that was my Japanesey inspired one. And I'm working on a wedding album at the moment. Hey Michelle, how are you going? Have I had an exhibition? No. This is only the second album I've ever made. It's like whatever. I just So I'm working on a wedding album now because I think that will be a popular. Someone will buy it, and I had the papers, so I figured I'll start working on that. So that'll be finished. You'll see that next week. I'll finish it by then. Should be finished by tomorrow, but it takes a while. All right, powder blender. Okay, so it's very fine powder, hence why it's called powder blender. I should take out the little thingy, but I don't really need to take off the lid because I've got lots in there already. You only need the smallest amount. Okay, and then powder brush. You can apply it before or after. So I'll show you before on this side and after on this side. So I'm just going to put it on. Okay. All right. Let's come in with that pastel yellow. And you'll hear, I don't know if the microphone will pick it up, but it sounds abrasive now. Like it feels like you're running over sanded paper. But very little effort. Like I'm hardly touching the page. I'll zoom back in. Oh, I need to zoom back in so you can actually see this. Okay. All right. Like I've done a couple of my paintings have been up at the art museums and stuff like that. I have done that, but hopefully I'm going to do a market stall just before Christmas, and hopefully we'll sell them so I can buy more things. you know, as it is. I just like doing stuff with my hands. That's what I said to my psychologist the other day. I need to go back to work. Otherwise, I'm going to go broke because I keep coming up with projects and buying things because I need something to get my mind working. So I like trying different things and constructing different things and all of that. And then I want it all. I said, so I need to go back to work. Otherwise, I'm going to go broke. She's like, okay. And that's what I said to her. I said, I think that tells me I'm ready to, because the first few months of my leave, I couldn't really think about anything. Now I'm like, I need to be thinking. All right, we'll go in with that dim red. So basically what it does is it just provides, I don't know, it kind of just provides a texture to the paper that makes the colour of the pencils come smashing on out. That's the technical term for it. Smashing on out. No, yeah, no, I can't afford metal. That stuff's expensive. Nah, like if you watch Lisa Lacree Fine Art, you're supposed to use a special sanded paper. That's for like proper, you know, we're looking at art quality colored pencils. I was like, I want to try it in coloring book and see how it goes, because it just makes doing a background on a sanded paper like go in like 2 seconds if you're doing colored pencil art. It turns it into basically like a paint on sanded paper. It just sort of slides across the page. It's incredible. But I was like, I wonder if it'll do anything on like just general coloring book pages. It just makes the process easier, if that makes sense. And this was that silk black. Like they basically smoosh together better. Right. I don't know if that helped any, but we'll do it this way. So this is, like I said, me applying it down beforehand. And then I'll do the other part the other way. It's not something you need, if that makes sense. Like I'm not going to try and get anyone on the enable train for this powder blender. You know, I have it because I do colored pencil art as well, and it's archival. So it makes a little bit easier. All right, so on this one, we'll just go through the process without the blender first. How are we going for time? I might do, thinking of that, I might do it here, simply because I've got to get going soon, because Dad will be here. So we'll just do this one. So what happens is you don't need sharp pencils for the powder blender to work either, like to get it into the paper. because the powder blender all pushed in. But I don't know if you guys can see this on camera. Like I said, I can't really make it out on my thing. But this is streakier than that, if that makes sense. Like I can see my pencil strokes a lot more on this one. All right. I can feel here where I've got a little bit of the overflow from here. It's like you can feel the difference. Brush and pencil also have a spray that basically it's not a fixative as such, but it's actually a texture spray, so that if you've overworked the tooth of the paper, you can spray it on and it puts more tooth back on the paper. Archival again. You fell asleep after. That's fine. Shell, hey! How you doing? Okay. So in with that dim red. So what I'll do before next week's stream, which might even be Black Widows, but I'll colour all of the sand as such. I'll probably just finish this off stream. I just wanted to pull it out and make myself and show off the pencils, basically. It's actually all about the pencils and the fact that I need to finish this page. But next week, hopefully, I'll have the Black Widows, so I want to use them next week. Okay. That'll be a portrait. Doing a portrait with Black Widows is going to be interesting. Hopefully next week, Della. But Albert said he's going to try and send them to me next week because I'm like, please send them to me. I needs them. So we'll see. We'll see if he does, if he remembers. I'm like, just let me know how to pay. All right, so let's come in now with the powder blender again. Okay. I'm going to brush it over the top. I like it kind of underneath better on a colouring book. If this was on sanded paper, it would be spreading this out like no tomorrow. But it is smoothing it out, but not the same as because I'm not digging into it, if that makes sense. But it has smoothed out the pencil strokes. But I want to do some more. So now hopefully if I go over it, it's there. And you can just feel the difference. It's like it stops you going heavy because it just kind of slides, if that makes sense. Like you can't really like push into it because it's like a sanded lubricant. But yeah, it's definitely, your pencil blenders are more than enough, or your solvent. But on sanded paper and stuff like that, using solvent gets a bit messy. So that's why they come up with the powder blender. Alrighty. So that's kind of it. Yeah, dragon. All mostly reds. Hold on. I get up. Search Black Widow. All right. So there's the color range. So reds into, like, pinky, orangey reds, a little bit yellow, and then some greens and stuff. But it's basically, I think, just to fill out some gaps in the range, which definitely was reds. They're not listed yet. He's hoping next week, hopefully, if things go well. Depends on customs and stuff like that. So, yeah. But that is, I'm going to kind of leave it there because I want to make sure I'm ready and stuff for when Dad gets here. But that's how she's looking. I'm like, now I'm like, I want to play. It's like, wow, smooth out some of this pencil here. Yeah. It's like, yeah. There we go. Oh, I live in Queensland and it's summer. Flies are just part of the world now. I think I've eaten about 20 million fruit flies in the last week. Yeah. Powder blender, I wouldn't say so much. Atlanta, but for fine pencil work, maybe. Hold on, I'll show you this is it's a texture fixative. Okay, so this is the brush and pencil stuff. So it's specifically for colored pencil work, not pastels, whereas a lot of other fixatives are more focused towards pastels. This is focused for colored pencils, and it basically adds extra tooth and then separates it so you can layer on top. Is basically what it is. But yeah, so it's just a spray can. And you can see the exorbitant price that we pay for things in Australia. But yeah, so it's specifically for colored pencil, whereas the other fixatives are generally for, so you've got this and stuff like that. It's more for pastel and chalk and charcoal and things, where this is for wax and those kinds of based products. So they're the differences between them. If that makes sense, if that helps a little bit. So it depends on what you're going to primarily be working with. Yeah, so that colored pencil one will harden. A workable fixative will work as a final fixative. And to be honest, Atlanta, I don't ever put a final fixative on because I don't like the color change it makes. So I will use a workable fixative to a certain point and then I will stop because I don't want because it can change the tones and stuff of the colors I use. So I don't use a final fixative. You don't really need to, as long as you mount your art properly. You don't actually need a final fixative. Most artists don't use. Oh yeah, we've got the archival titanium white. Hold on. All right. This, if you are doing colored pencil art, this is an essential. This you have to get if you're doing colored pencil art, because you can't use acrylic paint, you can't use gel pen to add white highlights on colored pencil art. It's not archival. So this is basically touch up texture, like if you need a little bit of texture in a certain spot, but you use this as a medium to turn this colored pencil titanium white powder into white paint, and it basically becomes like white acrylic paint. And but it's archival and it stays on. So if you are going to look into colored pencil art, this is a must. The other ones aren't a must, but these definitely. I hope that helps a little bit too. Now, can I get it back into my little container? No, not necessarily. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to go. Thank you so much for joining me and playing with pencils with me. It's always nice when I can show something that people might not have seen before. I like that. So if there are ever any of those kinds of questions, just ask me. If I don't know the answer, I'll either, someone might know, or I'll link it you to someone that I think might be able to answer it, or I'll find out. That's just generally my job as a teacher. You know, my job is a teacher. I like to teach. All right, cool bananas. I'm going to go. Have a wonderful evening or rest of your day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next week, hopefully after I have got the new Black Widow pencils sent out, made up a swatch chart, put it all that out. And then we can colour with Black Widows. All right. Awesome, guys. Have a great one. Loved you all being here. Thank you so much. And I will bye, bananas. See you later, bananas. All right. And I will see you soon. All right. Bye.